got a winter coat on, take it off. All right, next, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you can hear me. All right, if at any time you can't hear me, raise your hand. I want to hear, you know, I wear hearing aids myself, and I've been to enough events where you can't hear the guy talking. So I want you to hear me. The background of this story is that when I was 85, I moved into a senior home. One of the first things I learned is people fall in the senior home. The 911 truck comes to pick them up off the floor. They not only get hurt, if they don't get hurt, the 911 truck has to help them get up, because I'm told that 50% of the seniors can't get off the floor. So I decided I better learn about falling. I did notice that in the senior home, they have sessions every week. Falling, they don't tell us much. They just, you know, be careful, be careful. How many hundreds of times do you have to learn to be careful? So I decided to research the subject. I went to the internet. I didn't know about falling, seniors falling. Fortunately, I had taken falls in my life. Now, the internet has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of websites on seniors falling. I took taken a couple of them, and we're going to try to project them. You want to learn more? Go to the website. Okay. Oh, that's too small. All right, I'll read it out for you. Falls account for 25% of all hospital admissions. Is it an important subject? You damn too. Falls account for 40% of all nursing home admissions. 40% of the injured do not return to independent living. 40% of the people die after their fall. Next, there's only 3 or 4 more. 2.4 million seniors are admitted to the hospitals after falls every year. Medicare costs in 2 years ago, this is from the CDC, the Medicare costs 1 year, $30 billion to repair us, to put us back in shape, nursing homes, you know all that. And they expect that Medicare costs within 5 years are going to be $67 billion. Is it a big subject? It is. I got to do something. So it was logical for me, as long as seniors are going to fall, I'm going to fall. Why shouldn't I learn how to fall? Maybe it's possible. I know the soccer players don't get hurt when they fall. The football players don't get hurt by falling. All of our grandchildren, they don't get hurt by falling. So what's the secret? So I decided I wanted to learn how to fall safely. So I called the YMCA, I called the JCC, I called the yoga studios around here, teach me to fall. And they all said the same thing, oh no, we can't teach you to fall, that's too dangerous. So I went to the internet, and I actually found one place in the world that will teach me to fall. It's a gymnasium in Hawaii. It's $665 to get a ticket, to buy a ticket to go to Hawaii to learn how to fall. And a woman is, he's a physiologist with 2 PhD degrees, and his wife is an MD pediatrician, and they teach gymnastics and they teach people how to fall. So I spend a week in Hawaii going over there. He taught us how to fall. And I'm going to show you in just a minute. Let me get to the point. I came back after learning how to fall, taking many falls on his mattresses, on his big, thick pads. And I figured, what am I going to do with all this knowledge I've gained? My apartment's too small for one of these big gymnasium mats. So I came up with the idea of an air mattress. So, can you still hear me?
Yep.
My voice carrying?
Yes.
Hi, Jeff, that's my son. Target and I spent $25 or so when I bought an air mattress. I'm going to try to do it on an air mattress. So, I've been doing falls on an air mattress now for about 8 years. I do 5 every morning. I'm going to show you what I do. What I've learned in Hawaii, the secret of falling for a soccer player, for a football player, for anybody that's active, even actors on the stage, there's 3 words. You got to bend, you got to twist, you got to roll. Bend, twist, and roll. I heard those words hundreds of times when I was in Hawaii, tried to ingrain it in my mind. So, it's not enough to just say the words, you don't have the time. So what you got to do is bend, twist, and roll. Wow. He's got me wired for sound. I've been doing these every morning. I do 5 a morning. It's a routine for me, the same as shaving, the same as brushing my teeth. I go over and I do. I keep the air mattress filled with air. I put it in the closet. This whole routine of 5 to 10 falls takes me 4 minutes, and I do it every morning.
Yeah, will you do it again?
Oh, I'll do it many times.
On the stage? Oh, let's see.
If you hear me, you can see. Oh, I'm going to do a lot of them today. I'll do it from this side. If you can't see it, come on around. I'm not here to teach you how to fall. I'm not here to teach you how to do this. I'm telling you and showing you what I learned. We'll get to the next point afterwards. I'll do it again. Bend, twist, and roll. Bend, bend, twist, roll. Every soccer player does this automatically. You can't think about it, you just do it. So after I've taken about 10,000 of these, 15,000, whatever it is, can't remember the number, I decided I wanted to show people and maybe pass the word out.
A question, Elliot. When you're demonstrating, the bend, twist, roll, you already have programmed yourself. You know what you're going to do. When you're a klutz and you trip on your foot, I would allege the natural reaction is not to bend and twist, it's to put your hand out and break a wrist.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like everybody else, what I did, at first you put your hands up. The fear of falling is so ingrained in us. This is what we do we try to protect ourselves. So we smash here, we smash there, we smash there, we smash in our groin, and we've got problems. So, after doing these all this time, 10, 15,000 of them, I started to do instruction work in demonstrations at Rotary clubs and Kiwanis clubs, and then I did them at nursing homes, and I did them at senior homes. And I bring my mattress and I do my falls, and really nobody was really quite interested in it. I didn't want to teach them. So I decided I got to learn more than just how to fall. I know how to fall. Where do I fall most? And this is what I want to get across to all of you. I'm not here to teach you to fall. I am here to teach you or urge you to look into the subject. Where do we fall most? In the house. Most falls occur in the house. Where in the house? In our bathroom. The smallest room in our house. Why is it at the bathroom in such a dangerous place? Because it has all the elements. Wet floors. We're naked or half naked. we're trying to get in and out of the tub. So after learning how to fall, I decided next thing is I gotta learn about the bathroom, because all I've learned about falling doesn't apply in the bathroom. For you in this falling, you gotta be moving forward. I need space to do it. There isn't the space in a bathroom. Also, it happens so fast. So this technique does not apply in your home. Really, you're not moving forward, and it doesn't apply if you're in the bathroom. So I've been doing research for the last 6 months, definitely, on this question of the bathroom. And here is where you can do something for yourself. Where do we spend a good share of the time in the bathroom? Is taking a shower or taking a tub. We got to get in and out. When I moved into my new apartment, I moved out of the senior home about 5 years ago. When I moved into my apartment, there was one handle, one grab bar in my bathroom. That's all I was furnished. Right now, I have 6 of these handholds. Here they are. Let me show you. Get some more of these handholds installed in your house. They're cheap, Menards, Home Depot, any hardware store has them. Your grandson, your son will install them for you. They're quite simple. Don't get the suction ones. Oh no, don't buy a suction one. You gotta have screws right into the drywall. This is something you can actually do. Get some more of these in your bathroom. Go a little further. You're gonna be surprised. I have ordered a few different types of toilet bars. They're railings, so when you sit down, you've got something to hold on. How many older people have fallen off the toilet? I tried to research this question and I couldn't get any answer on the website. I've asked people at the ER departments in the hospital how many fall off the toilet. They don't know, but they know that there are many. So I'm looking into that question to see. I'm going to have it in my head. I've got a compression pole on order. You put it between the ceiling and the floor. It isn't screwed in. It's just held there by tension and compression. And you can put that in the center of your bathroom. Wherever you're standing, you've got a handhold. I'm looking into the subject of how to dry myself after a shower without being exposed to falling down. If I'm using the towel and totally exposed, I don't have a grip on anything, there's a falling potential. So right now, actually, and I did it this morning, I'm trying to learn how to wipe myself, how to dry my body, and still hold onto a grab pole, a grab bar. The next one is interesting because I invented it. Now, show them the slide. Ooh. Show them the other slide. Flip the other slide. Can you see it? Here's my bed. I'm walking. You see that rope there? I call it my zipper. How many can see it? Can you see it? I have a rope tied from my bed all the way into the toilet. When I get my first morning bladder call in the middle of the night, I usually get 2 to 3. How many get bladder calls? We all know what we're talking about now. When I get that bladder call, I've got a routine. I've worked it out. I swing my legs over the side of the bed, and I just sit there. And then I reach up and I turn on my night light, my reading light, and I sit a little longer. And then I reach up and I grab my zip line. I grab my zip line every night. and I walk all the way into the toilet. I walk like this. Here's a guy that can fall, and yet I'm walking like this. I'm walking. And when I finish, I go back. I call it a zip line. Can you read? You can install it. There's about $2 or $3 worth of rope there. Get your kids, your grandkids to fix one up if there's any possibility. Okay. We talked about the grab bars. We talked about a compression pole. We talked about a possible seat to sit down where you've got an arm rest so you can grab on. Okay. Let's talk about the next subject, was kind of difficult, but we're going to try it. It's the story of this tradition of men standing up to pee. There's nothing on the web about that. There's nothing on the book. It's an unwritten, an unspoken subject. We're not supposed to talk about it. But that's where many of the falls happen. What happens? We get up in the middle of the night, we get that urge, we run. We don't have our shoes on, we don't have our glasses on, we've got nothing on, and we run to the toilet. And we wait. You know, we've lost that bladder control. I've lost mine. All you guys have lost your bladder control. So it takes a few seconds to get it going, and you stand there. I'm trying to find out how many men have fallen down. I can't get the figures, but it's gotta be. No. What happened? My son Jeff, who's around here, was over at my apartment one time, and we were talking and chatting and nice father-son chat. And he said to me in a very loving, quiet way, "Dad, you know it's wet around your toilet. Why don't you sit down?" What a wake-up call that was. I have never stood up since that conversation. Here I am in my house. I get to the toilet. First thing I do, sit down. I can't promise you how many lives will be saved, but I really mean it. If you can get that conversation going with your kids or yourself, and think what to do about it. I can assure you this. If you sit down and do your being sitting down, all you men, first of all, you're not going to have to get up as often in the night. There's 3 advantages to sitting down. You're not going to have to get up as often because when you sit down, you're relaxed, and guess what? You get a second stream going. You don't have to get up as many times as night. That's pretty nice, isn't it? The second benefit of sitting down is all the women in the house are going to be so grateful. So grateful. And the third thing is, you're never going to have to change your pajamas again in the middle of the night. All right, Mike, I've learned how to fall. That's been my quest. I'm proud to happy I can do it. Probably the only one in the world doing this. Now I'm going to learn more about bathroom. Trying to give you some idea of what the story is. Please, take it home. Think about it. Talk about it. It's not a bad subject to talk about. Don't be ashamed to talk about it. And I hope this has been some help from you. And if I delivered this message, and if you've gotten it, if you do something, then I'm more thrilled than ever. Pat,
what about the elevated toilet?
what about an elevator toilet? I haven't looked into that. It's obviously good. An elevated toilet also has armrests, so you can grab hold. It makes sense. Any other questions?
Ellie?
How about the clamp on the side of the tub?
Oh, Merlin here. Merlin asked me, what about the clamps on the side of the tub? Okay, in addition to the grab holds, the grab bars that I have around, I have a bar on my edge of the tub that's clamped on, and it's rigid. It's tough. I can't move that thing. And I hold on to that every time I get into the tub and every time I take a shower. And if you don't have a grab bar clamped onto your tub, get one. The best money you've ever spent.
Elliot? I've been told that if you're going to fall forward, you should put
I
your
can't
hands-
hear it.
I'm gonna bring the
Hearing
microphone.
aid.
I'm bringing the microphone down.
I've been told that
I've been told that if you are falling forward, instead of putting your arms out, which is natural, if you can remember to cross your arms, that helps you won't break your wrists or arms. And then, this is a lot to remember, then twist.
Talking to the microphone.
I've never heard of that. Maybe it's possible. It's enough to remember three things: bend, twist, and roll. But now, this hugging yourself forward, I don't know.
I've never tried it, thank goodness I haven't fallen yet.
I don't know whether or not, when you went
I
to.
can't hear it today.
I wanted to know, when you went to Hawaii, did you at least do it in the winter?
No, I can't remember.
Where do you, in your bathroom, where did you position these screw-in grab bars?
All around the place, wherever I be standing, wherever you decide to put them, you make the decision. You know where you stand, you know where you walk. Did you get her question? Where do you put these? Wherever you want to put them. Yes.
I wonder how many women here have had the experience of falling in the kitchen. Not just the bathroom, but the kitchen. Because we have kitchen mats on the floor, moving fast, if you're wearing something loose, it can catch on the cabinet or the door handle. There's a lot of faults in the kitchen.
She's asked, what about falls in the kitchen? I can only handle one thing at a time. I can't. I don't know. I do know that I got rid of my step stool.
Yes.
How many men have fallen off those stools? I have 3 friends that got hurt. My step stool is now at Goodwill. If you want a step stool, go buy it.
We'll invite Elliot again to tell you more once he gets the answer to your question. So it's gonna be the next one that he does.
Invite me back.
My sister fell down the steps at her house a couple of years ago. Her feet slipped out from under her, and on carpeted steps, and she broke her back. 6 months in a cast, and so on and so forth. Since she did that, I have put a sign at the top of my stairs going to the basement in big 4-inch high letters: "Hold on." I never go down the stairs again without holding on. And I think we should, at our age, take that advice.
Generation, I've had it for 30 years.
There's one
You
here.
don't have depth perception when you have macular degeneration. You miss that last stair. That's that last stair. So always hold on to the railing and then look for the last stair.
Elliot. So,
Carol,
someone asked you about falling backwards, and you didn't really reply to that, but the yoga teacher here, Jackie, constantly, all winter, tells people, well, first of all, that the leading cause of death among seniors is after a fall, because of breaking a hip and falling, becoming bedridden and getting pneumonia. So she says, in the winter, like now, to walk like a penguin. Just like this, because you lower your center of gravity, and I always say, walk like a penguin, or walk like a duck. Because that is much less likely to fall over backwards. I think it's a great idea.
I don't know anything about falling back. I understand it's deadly. Garrison Keeler's older brother fell backwards. I don't have the answer.